Free Library, March 21st, 1991, interviewing a longtime resident of Newton, Natsios. I have trouble with it. Now, that's a Greek background, isn't it, Lou? Where were you born?
I was born in Boston.
Yeah. In the South End,
Yeah.
you were saying? And what church did you attend there?
Which I still attend, this church, St. John's the Baptist. It's on Union Park Street.
The big one right down from the
Right,
cathedral.
yes.
The one that looks all gold when
Yeah.
you look in the door.
Yeah.
I've looked in the door twice.
Have you?
But I've never been inside.
Oh, yeah, it's a beautiful church.
Now, when people came over from Greece in the 70s, during the time of the colonels, didn't Union Park Street get all built up again with more Greek families?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I know Gladys, the teacher. You know who I mean? What's her last name? She lived on Union Park Street for a long time.
Oh, really?
Was a principal in Dorchester. Can't remember her name. Anyway, when did you come to Newton?
1960.
And was that with your family?
Yes.
And where did you live? What parts of Newton?
I have lived in Newtonville and West Newton.
West Newton. And how long had you lived in Newtonville?
About 9 years.
And that was right in the 60s?
Yeah.
Was it a different place from currently? There seems to be a lot of busy shopping going on. Is that due to the Star Market, or had that always been a busy center of shopping in the 60s?
Yes, because it had the A&P and had Hilliard's Candies and had flower shops and markets. It was a busy area.
Were you in walking distance of that shopping area?
Yes.
Quite a few people were, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why it's successful. Did you find that there's much more traffic there? I go by there every few months.
Oh, yeah. I worked in Newtonville Square for 27 years.
Which
The House of Favors.
Is that still in existence?
Yes, it is, but it's changed hands.
And that's on the Washington Street?
No, on Walnut Street.
Walnut Street. Boy, you're in a position to see a lot of things going on.
Oh, yeah.
Traffic accelerated over the
Oh,
years?
yes.
Now, when was that Star Market built over the pipe?
Oh, boy, now you've got me.
It had to have been after the pike was built, or right when the pike was built, 61?
Oh, no, it was before the pike was built.
But it's over.
Yeah.
They burrowed under it?
Yes.
So that always brought a lot of business.
Oh, yes.
And when the pike was finished, what is that, 63, 64? Do you remember all the
It was
construction?
around 61.
Do you remember the construction?
Oh, yeah.
Was it disruptive?
Oh, of course. They took our home.
Oh, which
It was on the railroad side.
Oh, it was located on what street?
Bauer Street.
Oh, I realized that. And did you relocate successfully as far as your point of view?
Well, we bought a one-family home. And I would have liked to have had a two-family for an income. But my girls wanted a one-family home, so we bought it.
And do you think with this whole dislocation, displacement, you got a fair deal?
No.
No.
No, not at all.
How about other people on your street?
Nobody got a fair deal. They just threw us out.
Interesting.
They could at that time. They can't do that now, but they could.
Various safeguards. I got a lot of the same point of view in Lower Falls, where people are talking about Route 128 coming in.
Yeah.
Now, how close to the new house was it to your old house?
Well, about 5 or 6 minutes with a car.
See, but you were still within distance of the Newtonville
Oh, yes,
shopping area?
yes. I come back here all the time to shop in Newtonville.
It's interesting because to me it looks like Walnut Street area when they decided to put, a permanent building of the Newton Free Library,
Mhm.
that they picked it because of its central location. How about parking over the years? Has that gotten harder and harder?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
The House of Favors, what type of merchandise did they have?
Party goods, cards, wrapping paper, little gifts. You must have been in there at one time.
I think, but I go so fast past Newtonville, I'll stick my head into the library and see Rosalie Bookstore and everything. Not, sometimes I'm on my way to City Hall for something like that. But that type of business goes up and down with the economy.
Oh, yeah.
So over a number of years that you worked there, did you see ups and downs?
Yes, 27 years.
My Lord. That's the type of, I won't say it's luxury goods, but people would tend to buy a little bit less when times are tighter.
Yeah.
One doesn't think of,
Well, we had all Hallmark products, and Hallmark is more expensive than any other.
but it has the need for quality.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So did you notice business slackening off in maybe the middle 70s, or did it go up and down?
Not too much. No, not too much.
Is it mostly birthday celebrations that people?
Oh, all kinds of celebrations. All kinds.
So people don't stint on birthdays. They come
No.
all around every year.
Yeah.
Maybe they do a little less at Christmas or holidays.
No, it seemed to be a couple of years there it was a little down, but otherwise it's always been a good shop.
That's interesting. I heard the same from somebody whose family had a florist business during the Depression. Well, she just helped out in back. And she said, well, there was always seemed to be a market for flowers in Newton.
Yeah.
There's certain, I guess people will stint on other things.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
they still make sure they have their good times. Now, you're a longtime member of which church?
St. John the Baptist.
Yeah. And I notice now there are some evangelical Greek churches
Oh, yeah.
here
In Newton Center.
in Newton Center. So it must be that people have reorganized churches or started new ones after they've come here from other areas of Greater Boston.
Mhm.
But your church has stayed in the South End?
Oh, yes. I was born across the street from the church,
On Union Park
Union
Street.
Park Street.
And, you must have gone to Boston Public Schools.
Mhm.
Which one?
Rice School.
Class of 51. What class were you? On Dartmouth Street there.
Yeah,
it was.
yeah.
So, what class were you? 8th grade?
8th grade.
Yeah. What class?
God, sometimes my mind goes blank.
So, still commute every Sunday for services back to the South End,
Yes.
to St. John the Baptist, because the church still has enough people down there.
Oh,
to-
yes.
And the rest of you commute from the suburbs,
Mhm.
right? It's interesting, with all the new churches, people have told me, reorganized and organized in Newton. It's interesting that those new Greek churches have come in. Have you, the one in Newton Center?
Yeah,
Is that
but I don't go to that.
Yeah.
That's an evangelical. Mine is Orthodox.
Orthodox? Yeah. It seems to me like it was newly organized. They didn't come from anywhere else, but they perhaps started very small somewhere. St. John the Baptist is how many years old congregation in Boston?
Let's see. When I was born, the church was there. And that's 73 years.
73 years. It's fascinating to me that people with ethnic roots here in Newton still have their connections in downtown Boston
Yeah.
to some degree. A lot of times, like the temples, the Jewish temples have reorganized out here
Mm-hmm.
in the 30s or in the 40s. But it's interesting. You're one of the few people I know that goes back to a congregation. Are there any other groups in Newton that you're a part of, social clubs or social organizations?
No.
I suppose work and taking care of your family. How many children in your family?
3 girls.
3 girls. And did they go to Newton schools all
Yes.
the way through?
Mm-hmm.
When you were living in Newtonville, they were in elementary school?
Yeah, Cabot School.
And all 3 of them went to Cabot School? And the junior high?
Yeah.
Which one?
My youngest went to Warren Junior High, and the others went to Newton on Walnut Street, all the way down Newton High School.
Newton High School.
Mm-hmm.
And do you think they had a good education?
Oh yes, definitely.
Yeah. And did they graduate in the 60s?
Yeah.
You were satisfied with the school system?
Yes, I was. It was different then.
Yeah, a lot of people said they consciously, when they looked for a place to raise a family, picked Newton because of schools.
Because of the schools, yeah.
Otherwise, when you first got married, you lived
In Rosendale for 9 years.
and then you had your children.
Yes, 2 daughters, and we moved to Newtonville.
And it was a conscious picking because of the advantages?
Yes, and my husband wanted to start a business in Newton.
And did he go on to do that?
Yes, he did.
Yeah. And was it in the Newtonville area?
Yes.
Yeah. Had he been in business for quite a while?
No, not too long.
No. But Newton was seen as a good place to start.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's interesting to me because a lot of people during that period look for a good school situation, but you don't expect something like the Turnpike is going to come.
No.
There was no advance notice, or was there a suspicion that people would be displaced when you got here?
No, a little later on it started.
Yeah.
And it took years before they did anything. And of course then we lived on tenterhooks. I mean, any time they would just take our home.
It was extremely disruptive. I've heard from Newton Corner people.
Oh yeah.
Well, you're in a house that you reasonably like now. Is that still in Newtonville, or have you?
West Newton.
West Newton. When did you make that?
1961.
Interesting. You're part of West Newton. What street is it?
Kilburn Road.
Is it much quieter than Newtonville?
You mean the area of the street?
Yeah.
No, it's about the same.
And are you within walking distance of any shopping area?
Oh yes, the West Newton area.
That's accessible?
Yeah.
Has that changed since 61?
Oh yeah.
Livelier or?
There are more stores now, more businesses.
And as much more traffic, I imagine?
Yes.
But you can manage on foot if you wanted to?
Oh yeah.
It's convenience. Sometimes Newton is thought of as not being negotiable without a car, but you can do it if you.
It is, and in Newtonville it was just right down the street. I had no problem.
Now, Do you sense a difference of lifestyle since when you first came?
Yes.
Think it's faster?
Uh, I don't know how to explain it.
From your perspective of 70 years. If you grew up in the South End, that was very lively.
Oh yes, it was very lively. Isn't that funny that you would be from the South End?
It's funny. I know a lot of people made them move to Roslindale because it was like the country. That was
Yes.
quieter.
Yeah.
So did you think you were getting even more country with the move to Newton, or a quieter suburb, or?
Well, a quieter suburb.
Yeah.
Of course, Rosendale's built up a lot since we left.
Yeah, right. And of course, Newtonville, downtown Market Street is considered like a lively
Yeah.
area. And it's funny how places keep on changing.
Yeah.
Is it up to your expectations?
Newton, you mean?
Yeah.
Yes. Although the schools aren't as good as they used to be. The students have changed. Their values have changed. When they come out of school on breaks, how they act. Years ago, we didn't have anything of what we've had the past few years. The students were not as nice.
Mm-hmm. Because when you saw them and when you were working.
Oh, I'd see them every day by the window. They'd come by and they'd come in the store, and I don't know, it was different.
It's interesting when you have that perspective. How about people coming in? Oh, adults. When you worked there, did you see a change of manners? People more hurried, or?
Oh, more hurried, yes.
Sometimes a double part. Do you
Yeah,
think?
yeah. They got tickets left and right.
It's interesting. But yet they want the nicer things of life.
Yeah.
It looks like the big celebrations, like birthdays or wedding dinners and that type of thing, keep on going on.
Yeah, we had invitations and party goods, lots of cards. I used to fix all the cards. That was my job. And then behind the register.
It's a unique point of view. When you first started.
When I first started there, the customers were more polite. Some of them lately, before I left, they treat you like dirt. I mean, they don't know how to say thank you or anything. And we try to be polite, and of course the customer is always right.
Right.
So.
Farley's basement here for a while.
Oh.
But Jordan Marsh upstairs, where you had to be polite. I know exactly what you mean. It's interesting over the years how maybe there's been a subtle change in